And welcome to Hannity. And now the left in America is in complete meltdown mode after the new hero, alleged MS-13 gang member Kilmar Abrego Garcia, is back in the headlines facing possible deportation to Uganda after being arrested by ICE today. But let not your heart be troubled. Democrats did their part to help him. They were singing songs outside the ICE office in Baltimore. I don't get the singing. Maybe you can figure it out for me. Take a look.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Kilmar is our neighbor, you can't have him Trump. Let him free, let him free, let him free. Free Kilmar!
Oh, and Garcia's BFF in the U.S. Senate, Senator Chris Von Hollen, needed one more meeting with the alleged wife-beater gang member. Now, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem will join us with more in just a moment. Plus, nearly 3 million people, they have now signed a petition asking my governor, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, to show leniency towards the illegal immigrant truck driver accused of killing 3 in a deadly crash. You might recall this is the illegal that was allowed unvetted into the country. He came through the sanctuary state of podcaster and Trump wannabe Gavin Newsom, and in California was given a commercial driver's license. He also got one in Washington state, but it turns out he could neither read English or speak English or read road signs. Want to sign that petition? Will Governor DeSantis listen to these people? I wouldn't count on it. He'll join us. That's also coming up. But first, we as a country, these are things you usually say during an election. You know, it's a tipping point. It's an inflection point for our country, even though it's not an election year. It truly is. This is a time, a moment unlike any other that I've seen in my lifetime. Now, you have the Democratic Party. They have moved so far to the radical left that it is now being led by a Marxist, Kami Mamdani, the Squad, Grandpa Bernie, Senator Pocahontas, Massachusetts, Jasmine Crockett, and California Governor Nutty Gavin Newsom. We'll have more on Nutty Newsom in a minute. But first, on every single issue, Democrats, they come down on the wrong side, and it's impacting all of your lives. Over the last 7+ months, President Trump has been working tirelessly to fix every single disaster Joe Biden, Kamala Harris left behind with big, necessary, transformational changes. He has set the economy up for a boom economy, great success, opportunity, millions of high-paying career jobs. He's trying to end wars, and he is ending them all over the world. He cleaned up the disaster at the border. The border is now really closed and really secure, and he's now deporting illegal immigrant criminals. He's cracking down on crime, but while President Trump is making bold action to make Americans safer and your life safer and your family safer and more prosperous, Democrats, they have done nothing but resist, to the point that they have simply embraced the insanity, and they're embracing it more every day. They are the party of criminal, illegal immigrants. They are supporting the Green New Deal madness, which in and of itself is Marxism, isn't it? This over sensible energy policies. They are still wanting to spend hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars on solar panels and wind farms and take away your plastic straw and tell you what type of refrigerator and air conditioner you can have. They were against the largest tax cut in American history. They were against no tax on tips and overtime for hardworking American families. They didn't even support lower taxes on Social Security for our seniors. They don't want to build up our nation's defense, the next generation of weaponry. Now, when President Trump stood up to protect women's sports, Democrats, they fought for the right to keep biological men in women's locker rooms and in women's athletics. On foreign policy, apparently President Trump can't do anything right, even as he tries to create lasting peace around the world. In 7 months, President Trump has had a huge impact bringing peace around the globe. Many radical Democrats also have gone hardcore anti-Semitic. We'll have more on that coming up. This is the new radical left's agenda. They have completely lost touch with everyday Americans, which is why they are losing more support every day. In a 4-year period of time, 2020 to 2024, there's been a massive 5-point swing in favor of Republican registration versus Democratic registration. They're losing millions. Republicans are picking up millions. They're also the party of a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, weird singing, as you just saw. Nutty Newsom, well, he's completely lost his mind, spending way more time trying to troll Trump on X than cleaning up the disaster he's created in California. Cares way too much about being president. But you know what, Nutty Newsom? I want you to keep doing what you're doing. I'll have more later on this. Do not restore law and order in California. Don't rebuild the areas destroyed by the wildfires in the Pacific Palisades. Don't lower taxes, whatever you do, for the people in your state. Keep running huge budget deficits. Keep up with these horrible schools you have in California, spending millions on illegals, things like Medi-Cal. Keep, running tens of billions of dollars in budget deficits. Gavin, you're doing great. I'm proud of you. Now, thank you for your attention to this matter. This is the new Democratic Party. They root against everything that makes this country great. And today, once again, they have outed themselves as anti-safety, anti-law and order. And think about this. How can any American pursue happiness? How do you pursue happiness without law and order and safety and security? Is that not a mandatory prerequisite? This morning, President Trump took another step to further his crime agenda, signing an executive order ending cashless bail. And speaking, with reporters in the Oval Office, he emphasized how important this is. Democrats clinging to the failed policies of defund, dismantle, no bail laws. Take a look.
One of the executive orders has to do with cashless bail. That was when the big crime in this country started. And I can tell you who did it, when, but I don't want to do that because others followed pretty quickly. But that was when it happened. Somebody kills somebody, they go in, don't worry about it, no cash, come back in a couple of months, we'll give you a trial. You never see the person again. And I mean, they kill people and they get out. Cashless bail. They thought it was discriminatory to make people put up money because they just killed 3 people lying on a street. Any street all over the country, cashless bail. We're ending it, but we're starting by ending it in D.C., and that we have the right to do through federalization.
Yeah, let's reimagine the police and hire social workers instead of police officers that are trained. Now, during the signing ceremony, President Trump also touted some of the accomplishments that federal authorities have made in cleaning up Washington, D.C. and their crime problem. Take a listen to this.
439 illegal alien criminals have been removed, and we have 6 known gang members, some of the worst leaders of gangs anywhere in the country, MS-13 and Tren de Aragua. We have 2 missing children that have been recovered. They thought they were gone. We brought them back to the family. The family started crying. They couldn't believe that they saw their child again. 49 homeless encampments have been removed. We like clean, we like beautiful, and we like safe, and that's what we're getting.
And according to the White House, since President Trump began the crackdown on D.C. crime, over 1,000 arrests have been made, 111 illegal firearms have been seized, and most importantly, D.C., our nation's capital, has gone a whopping 12 days without a single homicide, breaking the pre-COVID record. And given how successful his efforts have been in D.C., President Trump is warning other blue cities and states they may be next, telling Maryland Governor Wes Moore that he could send troops to Baltimore to help clean up the city's out-of-control crime problem there. And while saying this about Chicago, well, here's what he said. Take a look.
As you all know, Chicago's a killing field right now. And they don't acknowledge it. And they say, we don't need him. Freedom, freedom. He's a dictator. He's a dictator. They need help badly. Chicago desperately needs help. Just look at the crime statistics. Look at the statistics that J.D. said about, even I didn't know it was that bad. That's terrible.
Now, the president's recent comments about the possibility of cleaning up crime in Chicago have led to the city's failed mayor, Brandon Johnson, to have a meltdown while threatening to, quote, rise up against tyranny and calling people to take to the streets, whatever that's supposed to mean. Sounds like a threat to me. Take a listen.
So, look, we're going to remain firm. We'll take legal action. But the people in this city are accustomed to rising up against tyranny. And if that's necessary, I believe that the people of Chicago will stand firm alongside of me as I work every single day to protect the people of this city.
Is that a threat to rise up against law enforcement that is there to save lives, not to be outdone? Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker speaking to reporters in Chicago today, where he claimed they don't need President Trump's help cracking down on crime. Yeah, they do. Take a look.
Earlier today in the Oval Office, Donald Trump looked at the assembled cameras and asked for me personally to say, Mr. President, can you do us the honor of protecting our city? Instead, I say, Mr. President, do not come to Chicago. You are neither wanted here nor needed here. Donald Trump wants to use the military to occupy a U.S. city, punish his dissidents, and score political points.
No, Chicago does need Donald Trump's help. Over the weekend, 6 people were shot and killed in Chicago. Another 27 were injured. In fact, Democrats in Illinois have failed to control the crime crisis for decades now. On this show, we have been scrolling these names, homicide victims, murder victims in Chicago since Obama was president. Democrats haven't lifted a finger to stop this. And even now, they still don't want to keep their city safe. Why? Because, what, they hate Trump more than they would, rather have their constituents safe and secure? It's dangerous to work with him. It's no surprise. A recent poll has the Chicago mayor's approval rating at less than 7%. And J.B. Pritzker, let me give you a heads up. You're not going to be president, ever. Give up hope. This is a party that has lost their conscience and their soul and their heart and any ounce of common sense they were ever born with. This is why the country is right now at this tipping point. This is an inflection point. The radical left doubles down on dumb, dumber, and stupid and crazy and fall on the wrong side of every issue. The question is, will the country go down with them? Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.